right, in this video, we're talking about forms. So forms are a way that you can create a custom form and send that to a client where they can fill out the information. And when they submit that, it will populate automatically into the simple CRM contacts, the contact section in Travefy automatically for you. So it's a really simple and fast way to collect information from clients. Now, this works great for general client information forms, like a client intake form. You can also set up travel insurance waivers with e-sign agreements built in, or a credit card authorization form where you can securely collect and store client payment information that's PCI compliant in Travefy. So those are a few of the use cases. The forms in Travefy are very versatile because you can customize them. You can start from templates or customize them and combine different forms that you may have previously sent 2 or 3 forms to a client. Well, you can actually combine those into one form in Travefy to help simplify that experience. And the nice thing, all of Travefy's forms are mobile friendly, so they load beautifully on a smartphone or a tablet to make it really easy for clients to fill out within there. So where you'll find forms to be able to create them, you'll go into your library. So in the blue bar at the top, you'll click on the library tab, and from there you can choose new library item and form. And when you select that, you'll be able to choose to create a form from scratch. You'll see the create your first question option here, or you'll see the create from template option here. So I'll select that. You can see we have a few preset templates you can start from, like a new trip inquiry, an insurance waiver, travel insurance waiver with e-signature, or a credit card authorization form within there. Now, a quick tip, if this is grayed out for you, for the credit card authorization form, that's because you need to turn on 2-factor authentication for your account. That's in the security settings of your account. We won't go into detail in this video how to do that, but you can watch the credit card authorization video or go into our help articles to see how to do that, but it's a really simple process to turn on 2-factor authentication. Now, within here, we'll click to create a new trip inquiry form. We'll just start with a simple basic form with that. And within here, you can see that you can add in a title to the form. You can add in organizational tags or labels to group forms or organize forms in your library. And then you'll see the preset questions that you can start with, like traveler's name, email address, phone number, etc. Now, I'll click into this first one for traveler's name. In here, you can add additional instruction or disclaimer text within here. You can also choose the formatting of the question. Well, in this question specifically, we're actually mapping it to a smart field for contact name. That way it autofills the correct field in the client profile in the contact section for you, so you don't have to do any data entry that way. You can also mark it as required, yes or no. Now, other really nice options within here, you can again add in instruction text or disclaimers, legal copy, etc. You can also choose things as a multiple choice where you might want to add different options. Maybe you want to put in price ranges within here so that a client can actually choose from those if that's easier. And you can also do this. This is great for travel insurance waivers of adding an acceptance option or a decline option within there. So I'll add in one more option within there so that you can see what that looks like to do. And then that's really simple. I can mark it as required. I can also allow the client to select one option or select multiple options within there, which is really nice depending on the nature of your form. So pretty versatile in terms of how to set that up. So you can continue to add additional questions, or you can remove out questions from the template that you don't want to include. And then lastly, at the bottom, you'll see an option where you can actually turn on e-signature, electronic signature for this. So this is nice because it adds a layer of authenticity, so it tracks the users, whoever is filling out that form, tracks their IP address for authenticity purposes, and you can also add in additional terms and conditions within there as well. So pretty simple to do. You can start to create those forms that way within there. One other option, I'll add in a custom question, and within here I can choose to add in that card authorization. So this is for the credit card authorization option. I'll select that. And you'll notice that it doesn't show anything because we have preset fields that Travefy automatically collects on the card information. You'll see a few options within here. You can mark this as required, but also you can optionally collect the CVV code within there. So this is the card security code, typically on the back of the card within there. You have an option to have the client submit that with the card information in there. Now, with the card information, we'll go into more detail in the credit card authorization form, so you can watch that if you want any details on how that credit card information is collected within there. Now, a few options within the tab structure at the top. I can choose Send Form. If you have a form that does not have an e-signature component, meaning Travefy doesn't need to guarantee or have any authenticity controls around it, then you can set this up as a shareable link to a form. This is very useful if you're working with a group or a family, a destination wedding, where you need to collect information from a lot of people all at once. You can copy this link into an email, text message, Facebook group, whatever that might be, and then anyone can actually click on this link to fill out the form, and all of their client profiles will be automatically created, and any of the information they submit will be automatically saved on those client profiles. So again, you don't have to do any data entry that way. As well as clients start to fill out forms within here, you'll see their responses listed within the Manage Responses tab. And then as well, you'll be able to download a spreadsheet of any of those client responses as they start coming in that way. I'll go back to the edit form and we'll click preview on this form because maybe you want to take a look at it and just check it out to see what that looks like before you send it off. So I'll click preview within here, and this is what a client would see. And so within here, we present it in a question by question format so that it doesn't feel as overwhelming if a client opens up a screen and sees, an immediate list of 15 to 30 questions or something like that. So they can fill this out. Again, this interface is mobile friendly. It gives them a nice progress bar at the top so they can easily see where they're at in the process of filling out the form. And so if I click through a few more of these, you'll see that multi-choice question I added in, as well as it gives a summary at the very end of that form within there. So then the client can verify any of the information, change responses, things like that, and then they can also add in an e-signature or add in the card information if necessary from there as well. So just to reiterate, we covered this briefly on the contact section, but when a client fills out a form, you'll be notified via email that they've completed the form, but then you can go into their contact within Travefy. You'll pull up their contact profile, and from there you can select forms, and then you can click view responses to view any of the information the client submitted in that form. So very, very simple to set those up, but that's a quick overview on forms.